Good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome to the worship service of the First Unitarian Church of Hobart, Indiana. My name is Jen Wheatley, and my pronouns are she, her. And I participate in the life of the church by being the office assistant. We are a religious community with diverse beliefs and shared values. Our diverse beliefs are expressed in our 6 sources, and our shared values are expressed in our 7 principles, both of which can be found online at uua.org. Together we strive to grow spiritually, build communities, and live our values in the world. We are currently in search for a full-time minister. When we do not have a minister in the pulpit, we invite members or guests to share a special message with us. This is one such Sunday. We are fortunate to hear from Barbara Langel, and we are currently streaming our service online. The Joys and Sorrows portion of our service, however, is private, and we'll take a break from streaming during that part of the service. The sermon portion of the service will be recorded and available for future viewing on Facebook, YouTube, and the church website. Let your Facebook and Twitter friends know that you are attending worship with hashtag First Unitarian Hobart. Due to the increase in COVID-19 cases and the more infectious variants, we ask that all in-person attendees of Sunday services wear masks covering both nose and mouth. You can either bring a mask or we will provide one. We thank you for your consideration of our community's health and safety. Please take a deep breath now and join us in the spirit of reverence.
It will be different today. The words are in your service. We light this chalice in honor of animals, bird and hoofed, 2-legged, 4-legged, many-legged, fanged and clawed, gentle and fierce, wild and tame. May we remember that all animals are our relatives worthy of our care. Opening words are a prayer for animal friends by Reverend Crawford Harvey. Great Spirit of life, we pray today for our animal friends, grateful for their companionship and devotion. By our kindness to them, may we be worthy of their love. We pray also for pets who are gone from us, but who brighten our days and who comfort us by night. We pray for animals unknown to us who are suffering, for many that are hunted and tortured. We pray for them pity and mercy, and for those who handle them, we ask a heart of compassion, gentle hands, and kind words. Help us to be true friends to the animals and love them and keep them and bless them all the days of our lives. Okay, the opening hymn is number 15, The Lone Wild Bird.
Please rise as you are able.
Please remain standing and join me in our affirmation of faith. The words are printed on the laminated handouts in your pews. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament. Service is its prayer, and this is our covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. We are striving to create a worship space which is both spiritual and safe. However, we recognize that not everyone can attend in person. We extend an official welcome to everyone who is joining us virtually today. Thank you for our tech team for making the live streaming and recording possible. Due to the increase in COVID cases, the Greet Your Neighbor portion of our service will be contactless. Please take a moment to greet your neighbor by waving your hands and letting your smile reach past your masks to your eyes. Be seated. Instead of a story today, we're going to have picture slides of our pets. Some of the pets I have talked to some of you, and I know a lot about your animals like you do of mine, so I might be making a few comments. This is Michelle's dog, Maggie. These are Myra's cats. She's got some beautiful cats, doesn't she? This is Sandy's granddaughter's, Ryan's new pet, Patrick. Max and Roxy. It doesn't say here whose they are, but they're yours too? Okay, sorry. Amanda's kitty, whose name is Patches. Jen Wheatley, and these are her cats, Dickens, the long-haired black and white one, and Salem, the short-haired black one. We've seen her a lot online when we. This is my dog, Missy. This is my dog, Queenie, and my first dog, Bozo. Pete and Cindy O'Day's dogs. Oh, you just got the, oh, you got them all there, don't you? Cindy's dog's been through a lot, and Cindy and Pete are just really great animal lovers. They've really, this dog has been through so many surgeries the last couple of years, and hopefully she's coming along just fine now.
So that's Lucy.
That's Lucy? Okay.
That's our supermodel. That's Mamie, my mom's dog. Smallest one. That has had surgeries. And that's Dora, the border collie mix, who thinks she's a cat.
This is my daughter's dog, Luna. This was Sadah's dog, Lily, who passed away unexpectedly a little over a month ago. And I know we've all seen her dog many times, and they were just a constant companion all over the United States. This is Dee's dog, AJ, who is suffering from cancer right now. So. This is my granddaughter Apple and her little Munchie, which is getting to be a big Munchie. Aaron Lewis. That's all I've got. That's all that's written down here.
That's the dog on the left. It's when Deb and I first moved to Miller Beach from Chicago. And we said we want a dog, but we didn't know when. We were living in Miller Beach. So we said, well, let's go volunteer some food for him. So we bring over some tons of dry food and rags and shit and everything else. And we hear bark, 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 bark. And I said, no, we're not going back there. Oh, listen to them, they need us to call you. Yeah. We go back there, it's a big old place, all these dogs rush us. Except for one. Sitting in the corner going, they're gonna kill me tonight, I just know they are, they're taking me out. They call her Stinky. She had 3 teeth left by the time we got to her, because she was chewing her way through cable to get away. Couldn't touch her hardly ever. It took me a year to get that close to her. She passed away, maybe about 5, 6. She was great. We called her Scruffy. She was a real Scruffy. And the one on the right is the dog that brought life back to me. That's Vivian, the Chihuahua that we gave as a rescue dog to our daughter. And she's rescued me much better than she did my daughter.
Thank you, Roz. This is Jeremy McShirley's. Let's see, Mr. Vanderflute, Sasha, Sophie, Tuscany, and Willow. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's eating time's fun.
They are so cute. And that's the end. This congregation expresses our greatest joys and deepest sorrows in community. We believe that a joy shared is magnified and a sorrow shared is diminished. We pause, listening to what arises from within our hearts. Your joys and sorrows will not be streamed online, nor will it be part of the recording which is made public. Due to COVID, we will not be passing the microphone. Please speak loudly when you share your joys and concerns. Anybody have any joys or concerns they want to share today? Cindy?
Yes, I want to express my gratitude to this congregation and to Jeremy and
What is this life if full of care? We have no time to stand and stare, no time to stand beneath the boughs and stare as long as sheep or cows. No time to see when woods we pass and girls and hide their nuts in grass. No time to turn that beauty's and watch the time.
Thank you. When I was a little girl, ages ago, the place I really enjoyed going to the most was the zoo. I loved all animals. Well, maybe not the creepy, crawly, slimy, scaly ones. But otherwise, I loved all animals. And in the last 5 or 6 years, I would go out on the back porch and I would feed the birds, me and my husband, and feed the squirrels, and the squirrels would actually come up to him. It was very joyous for his last couple years. What I'm going to read today is called Animal School. This story is loosely adapted from a story that George Rebus wrote when he was assistant superintendent of the Cincinnati Public Schools in the 1940s. You can find the original version online. Many years ago, the animals in the Great Forest decided that they wanted to start a school for all their children. Until that time, it had been the responsibility of parents to teach their children the skills they needed to know. But the animals in the Great Forest wanted their children to learn from professional teachers, so they organized a school. The teachers met and decided to provide a standardized curriculum to their animal students. So they adopted curriculum consisted of swimming, running, flying, and climbing. All the animals had to take all the subjects because it was very important to them that no child be left behind. And here's what happened. The ducks were excellent in swimming. In fact, they were better than their teachers. But some of the ducks made only passing grades in flying, and all of them were poor in running. Since they were slow in running, they had to stay after school to practice, and they had to drop swimming in order to practice running. This was kept up until all the ducks' webbed feet were sore, and the ducks were so tired that soon they were only average in swimming. But average was acceptable in school, so nobody worried about it except the ducks. In running, the rabbits started at the top of the class, but they were very poor in swimming. So they made the rabbits walk every day instead of allowing them to run or hop. And the rabbits had to come in early for swimming classes. Many of the younger rabbits developed severe fur problems because they were having to spend so much time in the swimming pool. The squirrels were excellent in climbing and running, but in flying, their teacher made them start on the ground instead of on the treetop, and the squirrels were not mastering the course. So every day, flying therapists took the squirrels into the gym and made them do front paw exercises to strengthen their muscles so they could learn to fly right. Now the eagles, they were definitely problem children. In climbing class, the eagles beat all the others to the top of the tree, but they insisted on using their own way to get there and were quite stubborn about it. The eagles said clearly it was their goal that they had a defiant disorder. That's a real diagnosis that some kids are given in school. A strict behavior modification plan was developed for the eagles. We can end this story in two ways. Sad to say, in some schools, we will make squirrels' children learn to fly by flapping their paws, and punish eagles for being defiant about their right to be themselves. But happy to say, in some schools, we enjoy all children for themselves. Each squirrel is perfectly wonderful squirrel. Each rabbit a lovely rabbit, whether or not they choose to hop or skip or roll or walk. Each eagle is allowed to be an eagle, and we encourage each duck to swim and swim and swim and not worry about learning to run. The moral of this story is, when we try to make everybody the same, nobody is happy. People can get hurt, and their very special gifts can go to waste. Thank you. Now it's time in the service for our offering. We give to remind ourselves how many gifts we have to offer. We give to remember that we are part of something bigger than ourselves. We give because we believe in music and sacred space. We give with the faith that together we have enough. There is an online link on the screen for both one-time and regular donors. You can also contribute in person by putting paper money and loose change in the baskets and cups. The money into the basket goes to the regular operation of the church. The money in the cups goes to the Faith in Action Committee and a different charity chosen every month. And this month, Pete, did we decide we're going with it?
December is Minister's Discretionary Fund. That's a fund that's used for people who come in off the street and need emergency assistance. That's for December.
Please try not to touch the baskets and cups as ushers bring them to you. Can I get 2 volunteers to carry the baskets and cups? Thank you. For your prayers, your presence, your service, and your gifts, we are truly grateful. And now, can you rise and stand as if you are able? For the closing hymn, number 175, we celebrate this web of life. Thank you. In closing words, I just want to say that behind every strong woman are her dogs following her to the bathroom.
like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the word. Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light, Eden saw play. Praise with elation, praise every morning, God's recreation of the new day. Oh, the new June, morning is broken.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Thank you. Thanks.